I need you to put down whatever you're holding and listen to this one carefully. If you receive Social Security or Medicare, the phone sitting next to you right now is the single most dangerous object in your house. Not because of what it is, but because of who is calling it. In 2025, Americans reported a record $15.9 billion lost to fraud, and adults over 60 reported $7.7 billion of that to the FBI alone, with an average loss of more than $38,000 per victim. That is not a typo. That is the average. And the reason those numbers keep climbing is that the criminals calling you have stopped sounding like criminals. There is no broken English. There is no strange request. There is a calm, professional voice that already knows your name, your address, and sometimes the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. Today, I am walking you through 5 things that must never happen on your phone. And then, I am going to tell you about a scheme almost nobody is talking about, one where the victim doesn't lose money, they lose their medical care. Stay to the end for that one. Number 1. Never verify who you are to someone who called you. I want you to hear that rule precisely because it is broader than the one you usually hear. It is not just never give out your Medicare number. It is never confirm anything to an inbound caller. Not your Medicare number, not your Social Security number, not your birth date, not your address, not even a yes to the question, am I speaking with the right person? Here is why. The caller ID on your phone is a suggestion, not a fact. Spoofing technology lets any caller display any name and any number they choose, including the real published number for Social Security or Medicare. The most aggressive version circulating right now is the new card call. Someone tells you Medicare is issuing new plastic cards or chip-enabled cards, that your old one is expiring, and they simply need to verify your number to mail you the replacement. Here is the fact that ends that call instantly. Medicare cards are paper. They have always been paper. There is no chip, there is no plastic, and there is no national reissue happening. The last time every card was replaced was 2018 and 2019, and Medicare did that by mail. Your card does not expire. If you need a replacement, it is free and you get it yourself by calling 1-800-MEDICARE or printing it from your Medicare account online. Nobody from Medicare will ever call you to ask for the number they already have. Number 2. Never tap a link in a text message claiming to be from Social Security or Medicare. This one has exploded, and it has exploded because it is anchored to things that are genuinely true. The 2026 cost of living adjustment is real. It is 2.8%, and it raised the average retired worker's benefit by about $56 a month. The Medicare Part B premium really did go up to $202.90, and the federal government really is phasing out paper checks, pushing everyone onto direct deposit. Criminals read the same headlines you do, so the text arrives saying you must confirm your account to receive your increase, or that your direct deposit information needs updating before your next payment. The link takes you to a page that is a pixel-perfect copy of the real SSA website. You type in your username and password, and you have just handed over the keys to your benefits, where they will quietly change your direct deposit and route your monthly check to themselves. The rule is absolute. Social Security does not text you links asking you to log in, confirm, or verify. Your COLA increase is automatic. It requires no activation, no confirmation, and no phone call. Delete the text. If you want to check your account, type ssa.gov into your browser yourself with your own fingers. Number 3. Never install an app or grant remote access because a stranger asked you to. The call claims to be tech support, or your bank's fraud department, or a government cybersecurity office. They tell you a virus has been detected, or that your benefits are at risk, and they can fix it right now if you just download a small program. Usually, it is AnyDesk or TeamViewer. The second you approve that connection, that person sees your screen and controls your device. They open your banking app, they start transfers, they change your passwords while you watch, helpless, and often they will black out your screen so you cannot see what they are doing. Americans have reported over $800 million in losses tied to tech support schemes. One woman in Massachusetts lost $200,000 this way. No government agency has a technical support team that calls you. Social Security does not scan your phone for viruses. Medicare does not monitor your device. If anyone asks you to install software, hang up mid-sentence. You owe them nothing. Number 4, never move your money to keep it safe. This is the costliest scam running against older Americans right now and the one people underestimate most. The caller says your account has been compromised or that your identity has been linked to a crime and that your savings must be moved immediately into a secure federal account for protection. Sometimes they tell you to withdraw cash and hand it to a courier. Sometimes they walk you to a Bitcoin ATM and have you scan a QR code. Sometimes they tell you to buy gold. The FTC found that reports from older adults losing $10,000 or more to these impersonators went from under $2,000 a year to more than $8,000, and combined losses above $100,000 per victim rose eightfold. Bitcoin ATM losses alone hit $65 million in just 6 months. And people over 60 were 3 times more likely than younger adults to be the ones standing in front of that machine. Here is your permanent rule. No real agency, no real bank, no real investigator will ever ask you to move money to protect it. There is no such thing as a safe federal account. Gift cards, crypto, wire transfers, gold, and cash couriers are not payment methods. They are confessions. Number 5, never trust a familiar voice in an emergency. Artificial intelligence can now clone a person's voice from a few seconds of audio pulled off Facebook. The phone rings and it is your grandson, crying, saying he's been in an accident or arrested, begging you not to tell his parents, and a lawyer gets on the line asking for bail money today. The FBI logged more than 22,000 AI-related fraud complaints last year, with nearly $893 million lost, and seniors accounted for more than $352 million of that. One Florida woman handed $15,000 in cash to a courier after hearing a perfect clone of her daughter sobbing. So do this today, this week. Choose a family code word, something no algorithm could guess. If the voice on the phone cannot say it, that voice is not your family. And always hang up and call your loved one back on the number you already have. And now the one almost nobody has heard of. The FBI issued a public warning this June about a hospice enrollment scheme, and it is unlike anything else on this list because the criminals do not want your money. They want your Medicare number so they can enroll you in hospice care. They lure people in with offers of free home services, free housekeeping, free meals delivered, free groceries, a nurse who stops by to check on you. It sounds like a blessing. What actually happened is that you were signed up for end-of-life care that you never needed, and they are billing Medicare for it every single month. And here is the devastating part. When you elect hospice, Medicare stops covering curative treatment, your surgeries, your specialists, your medications. People have discovered this only when they were denied care they urgently needed, and reporters have documented cases of victims who could not get routine operations approved and later died. Regulators have placed hundreds of hospices under enhanced review across California, Texas, Arizona, and Nevada, and California alone revoked around 280 hospice licenses in 2 years. Many of these victims never knew they had been enrolled at all. So here is what you do. Read your Medicare statements every quarter, line by line, and question anything you do not recognize. Create your My Social Security account at ssa.gov before someone else creates it for you. Freeze your credit at all 3 bureaus. Set a verbal password with your bank. Choose that family code word tonight. And if something has already happened, report it. Medicare fraud goes to 1-800-MEDICARE. Social Security scams go to the Inspector General at oig.ssa.gov. Everything else goes to reportfraud.ftc.gov. Share this with every single person you know on Medicare or Social Security. One conversation can save someone's entire retirement. And in the case of that last one, possibly their life. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.